You know, in all the dialogue that we're having right now about this and about this and about this, there's one big piece that's missing. There's one thread that links all of this together that you and I haven't talked about yet. And it's actually this. It's the birth order of the sisters, of Kathy, of Kim, and of Kyle, and how that actually may be affecting Kyle and what we're seeing play out right now between her and her family. Because you see, the thing is, where you're born in a narcissistic family has a lot to do with how you get treated, not just by the narcissist, but by everyone else in that family. One of the primary ways in which narcissistic families are able to operate is by the creation and the establishment of roles, which so many of you will have heard about before, right? The scapegoat, the golden child, the black sheep, the forgotten child, there's the enabler. There's so many different roles that narcissists assign in their families to keep everything running the way they want it to run. And believe it or not, where you're born in a narcissistic family actually has everything to do with what role you get cast into. Now, why would I think that this applies to Kyle? Well, Kyle is the youngest in her family. She was born in 1969, Kim was born in 1964, and Kathy was born in 1959, which means there's 10 years between Kathy and Kyle, and there's 5 years between Kim and Kyle. Now, the thing about roles is the youngest automatically gets cast 9 times out of 10 into the place of scapegoat. Why is that? Well, it's because the youngest in the family is the weakest, right? They have the fewest boundaries. They don't know what's going on. They can't defend themselves even if they wanted to. So they very quickly become an easy dumping ground, an easy victim who's willing to say, I must be at fault because everyone's telling me I'm at fault. So it's not uncommon to see the scapegoat, even though they are the ones who get dumped on the most. They get pushed around by everyone above them. They get told what to do. They get told what to feel, what to think. They basically get told, you're the baby, you're the youngest, you're the weakest, you don't even have any power or autonomy over yourself. We control you because you don't know what's going on. So it's not uncommon to see scapegoats become the most performative in the family, work the hardest to try to get approval, to try to be good, to try to become that golden child, to become that favorited person that they just never came into the world being. Yes, some scapegoats break off and try to do their own thing. A lot of them don't. A lot of them spend their whole lives doing that work of trying to gain the approval of someone who doesn't even love them. And for me, personally, I can't help but see similarities in that. I was the youngest and I was the scapegoat, and it's what led me on this journey of becoming an NLPMP and a coach to help survivors of narcissistic abuse. But I see the performance. I see the desire to suddenly figure out who you are, to break off from that system. I see the victimization. I see the control. I see similar patterns around Kyle. But it doesn't mean she's a narcissistic family because people are complex, but I see similarities. So what do you think? What do you think that birth order, if at all, what effect does it have on these narcissistic families? Have you experienced it? Have you been the youngest child? Have you felt that weight, that pressure of everyone else crushing down on you and your family? If you'd like to learn more about this, then feel free to go and check out my new series that I just released. It's right there on my profile. Just click the link and it will take you right to it. Learn more about narcissistic mothers and this narcissistic family system. For everyone else, wow. What a tangled web, huh? Let me know what family you would like me to cover next in the comments below, and make sure you're following for more.